So here we're going to take a look at a recent story that was in the news of a user trying to get in on an ICO that had $535,000 just in failed transaction fees. We're going to some details of this, why you should never mess with gas settings, and how if you have an experienced blockchain creator in your employ that they may be able to build a block faster than the transaction that you put through in order to cancel this transaction out completely. So this $535,000 more than likely could have been saved for less than $20. So how could they have done that? Let's first get into some of the details of this. So we'll look at the first slide, the first article right here. They paid $430,000 for transaction fees for a failed payment. You do not get that money back. That goes to the miners. So they were trying to get in an MISO token sale. ICOs are really hot right now. Everybody wants in. A lot are selling out in a second or less. So they had $430,000 in a failed transaction. They probably messed with their gas fees or their gas settings, which you shouldn't. Then they also made a second transaction for $105,000 to attempt to cancel the first one after it failed. So what is the value of having someone that knows what they're doing in this? Well, this person was willing to spend $105,000 in order to save that $430,000. So that should give you a little bit of an idea. So we'll go over here. There was two transactions totaling $535,000, but they were for the same action. First, like I said, was a gas fee to make a large buyout on an ICO, an initial coin offering. They're similar to an IPO in the New York Stock Exchange, very attractive for investors to get in on early. Like I said, they usually sell out in seconds. This gas fee was $430,000, and improperly set gas settings will result in a failed transaction, also known as running out of gas. It's not refundable once they're initiated, so do not attempt to change your gas settings. The second, like I said, was attempt to cancel the first. So essentially, like I said, they were willing to pay $105,000 to recover the $430,000. So we'll go to the next one here because running out of gas happens to us all. And I'll show you an example recently of where I did the same thing. This is an example of a contract that I attempted to make that ran out of gas. These can be viewed on Etherscan. You can get all the information about the transactions. Everything is completely transparent on the blockchain. You can look up any purchase that anyone's ever made with their. So in this case, you can see right here, out of gas. This was for a contract on Rarible to mint an NFT. In this case, it was just a small transaction. $44.70 was the gas fee. And if you run out of gas, that goes to the miners. You do not get that back. The case that we're looking at here was a $535,000 gas fee. So obviously for a very large transaction. In this case, they were trying to get into an ICO. So you can look here on Etherscan. It gives you a lot more details. You can see in this instance, where are we at here? Okay. You can see the use by the transaction for this was 98.75%. So I ran out of gas almost there. Though this was just me trying to save Ether and fidgeting around with it. But the $44, I let that sit overnight. So I didn't have a chance to attempt to cancel it. And I'll show you a way that I could have did this and a way that I could have saved this person their $535,000 for less than $20. So how do you do that? So here's an example of how this person could have saved all of that money had they had a professional blockchain developer working for them. This is a MetaMask wallet of mine. I do not keep Ethereum in here until I need to make a transaction because it is what's known as a hot wallet, always online. So I'll show you an example here. This is just a last minute that I did. There's something on here called a nonce, Nonce, and that is its number by your wallet on the blockchain. Now, the blockchain can only have one of these nonce numbers, so I'll show you with some advanced settings what this person done had they been able to build a block faster on the blockchain before the initial transaction of $430,000 had a chance to be built. So essentially, you're just building something, attempting to build something faster than that transaction. And you wouldn't have to pay a cancellation fee. You wouldn't have to pay that 430,000 would just automatically come back because the transaction not be able to be completed on the other end. So here's gas fees, GWI. In this case, 89 again. So we will go out of here. And if you look at your settings up here, this little circle will show you where you can get into your settings. There's going to be general, advanced, a lot of different things, different networks where you can add and customize different networks. Right here is going to show you what networks you have. The Ethereum mainnet, there's different test networks. This is Palm Network, which I added to build a bridge because I have a rare Batman NFT. And I would like to get that into my MetaMask to display it, possibly sell it on my Rarible. So in this case, this person's transaction was done on Ethereum mainnet, and there are also advanced controls. Again, do not recommend this. You can really lose a lot of money. You can totally mess up your account. In this case, I do not recommend having advanced gas controls set on. The reason I would be nearly 99% sure that this is what this person did. They messed with their gas controls to try to save some money on that transaction, and in the end, they were about to run out of gas. So they tried to pay $105,000 to cancel the transaction, and here's what could have been done. They could have called a professional. You can see here where it says transaction nonce. Have that set to on, and please here with me. Turn this to change the transaction number on confirmation screen. This is an advanced feature. Use cautiously. So I'm warning you, MetaMask is warning you, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm just going to give an example of a service that a professional blockchain developer could provide. So we'll go back out of here and we will say that I am on this transaction. And let's just say that I'm about to run out of gas, and I know I'm going to lose that money. So in this case, this was just a small mint, $30. But let's just say that it was the 400,000 that this person had. What you need to do is build a block quicker than that one has a chance to get through. How do you do that? You're going to send. Well, first, hold on. First, what you'll do is copy your address, and you will hit send. You're going to paste that in there. And like I said, I didn't put any money in this account just specifically to do this because I have nothing to mint, so I'm not going to waste the ether. However, what would happen is you're sending a transaction to yourself. So this can be done on the blockchain, and remember earlier I had the customized nonce, and the nonce was 89. What happened is you could just send yourself $1 in ether, and then in this case, see here, I have the price of ether and I have the Ethereum gas price. So what you would do, send yourself $1, and then it will have customized gas fee. You're going to want to like double that. In the case of only $1, even if it is a few $100s or a few hundred GWEI, you're probably looking at less than $20. In a case of losing $430,000 or the potential, I would just say to just triple it, quadruple it. Or maybe $100 to make sure that it goes through immediately. This is the easiest and the cheapest type of transaction, just sending something to yourself. So this is going to be the cheapest way to do it. You would go ahead and double or triple, quadruple that dollar. Even if you pay $100, $500 to do it, but more than likely you can do it really quickly for like $20, $30. And then it would say customize nonce. Now this is where you would go in and put the 89. And then you would go ahead and hit next and try to complete that transaction. So if you can get that transaction, essentially build that block to go through faster than the one that is about to go out of gas, is going to replace that transaction, and it will just cancel it out automatically. You would have to pay a fee for cancellation, and you would get returned that money of the net $430,000. So just something to realize that if you mess with the advanced controls like this person did to begin with, you can really get yourself into a lot of trouble. It will suggest, based on the current gas prices, how much you should pay. Always go with the suggestion. If you have a huge transaction like this person probably did, you should definitely just try to pay a little bit of extra in gas fee just to make sure that that goes through. So that's all I'm going to show on this part. Again, if you ever run into these problems, you can always email me. It is lowdutchtradingco@gmail.com, or you can email me on the so again, here's just going to be the information. It's going to be Metaversal Studio, creating artistic blockchain innovation using the physics of the metaverse since 2019. Twitter is at Metalytics. Rarible is rarible.com/Eric Valhalla. I am verified on there if you'd like to check out my NFTs. This is the Low Dutch Trading Company, LLC, that is incorporated in the United States, Cape Canaveral, Florida. You can contact me, lowdutchtradingco@gmail.com, admin@timecoincrypto.com, or hit me up with a follow on Twitter, like I said, at Metalytics. Thanks, guys. Stay safe out there and enjoy the metaverse.